Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and I'm here for another review. So I got my little bottle of Pepsi, or what's left of it, because I've drank it all. Yeah, let's talk about the new Disney and Pixar film, Brave. So I should probably talk about the plot first, so let me get on that first of all. So the movie takes place in ancient medieval Scotland, and it's about this princess named Merida, whose parents are kind of forcing her to get married. So she wants to change her fate. So she goes to a witch that gives her a spell to change her mother so that she can change her fate. But it turns out it's a trap, and the mom turns into a bear, so Merida realizes she's a complete fuck-up and has to fix it. So, what can I say about this movie? I really liked it. I felt the characters were interesting, the story was good, and the animation was actually really amazing to look at. Like, for example, like, every detail went into this film. Like, for example, Merida's hair. Each piece of hair had to be animated one frame at a time, and that's a pretty big achievement for Pixar. I mean, I know they've done hair in the past with, like, Sully from Monsters, Inc., and a few other characters. And also, I think this is the first time or the second time at least, they've actually made a human story, and it's all humans and stuff. Well, anyway, I digress. What else did I like about the movie? The Scottish humor. Because this movie takes place in Scotland, and I'm actually part Scottish and Irish, really understood the humor, absolutely laughed out loud. It was so freaking funny. The jokes they were able to put in there. Some of them were a little risque for kids' films. The other thing I really enjoyed was the bear fight at the end, which is the climax. A little spoiler alert, the mom turns into a bear. I think I've already covered that, but there's this other bear that's like an evil bear, and at the end of the film, the two bears fight, and it's pretty damn epic. I mean, it's actually like an old Harryhausen monster fight, and I really loved it. The fight was amazing, and the sound effects that were done in that fight, spectacular. I actually want to know who did the sound effects for that movie. I want to know how they got the bear sounds. Anyway, but the thing that I really enjoyed about this movie was the musical score. Now, let me just say, I have seen some really good musical scores this year for the summer movies. Avengers score by Ilian Silvestri, who did the Back to the Future trilogy, loved it. Snow White and the Huntsman, which I forgot to mention in my previous review, loved the score to that. James Newton Howard, he does amazing work. Look up what he's done. He's actually done some pretty interesting pieces. And Brave, Brave had just a complete, almost all Scottish score, because most of the score had bagpipes. And when I think of bagpipes, I think of something like Braveheart or Rob Roy, and one of those movies. So whenever I hear Scottish music, it's like I'm contractually obligated to just say, "They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom." It's just something, like, I mean, I can't, when I think of bagpipes, I think Scotland, Braveheart, all those awesome movies. So, score to Brave, amazing. The things I didn't like. This is kind of, difficult to say. One, I could say, it was a little bit dark for a kid's film. I'm up for dark, but this was a little surprisingly dark, and, I felt kids could get scared by this movie. So, parents, precaution, don't take your 1-year-olds to see this. Like, maybe 5 to 10-year-olds will like it, but don't take anyone underneath 5. What else did I really not... I felt the plot and everything, I thought the whole movie was really predictable, like, the plot itself. The twist, there is a plot twist where basically Merida's mother talks about this ancient kingdom and about how this one guy betrayed the kingdom and stuff, and well, the plot twist to that is turns out he's the evil bear, and same way, and I mean, watch the movie, you'll understand it, but that all I was thinking was, gee, I wonder what this is going to lead up to. Out of all the plots they're explaining right now, I assume it could be anything. But, yeah, the twist was very predictable, and so was the ending. And, you know, I just think, oh, it's Disney. Like, they have a really sad ending like most Pixar movies do, where you think the mom's turned into a bear forever, and everybody's crying, like, oh! I already knew, you know, happy ending, you know. Disney, you do it all the time. It's kind of predictable. The other thing I really felt was, it didn't feel like Pixar. For once, when I see a Pixar movie, it didn't feel like it. It felt more like just like a regular Disney movie, like a Disney animated flick. It did not feel like Pixar, and that's kind of weird to say. And also, I think it was like a response to, like, How to Train Your Dragon and all these medieval style animations. I just think to myself, excuse me, that Pixar was looking at DreamWorks after they made How to Train Your Dragon. They say, okay, DreamWorks, game on. We're doing a copy of your movie, because it did feel like How to Train Your Dragon a little bit. One thing that I really did not enjoy was that the whole movie, at least before she becomes a bear, the mom is a complete bitch. And she's a bitch for no reason. I mean, I was expecting, like, a plot point or something, or, like, a backstory, or a frickin', like, cover-up thing that the parents were hiding the kid from something. Well, they never do that. It's just, oh, the mom's a queen, thus she's a bitch, like most queens are. But I mean, it felt like that was missing from that movie. That you feel like there should have been some. They should have hid something from Merida. So the mom was a complete bitch, and like, what else can I explain about the movie? I did like how it was dark. The sets and the backgrounds were really amazing to look at. I think Pixar really wanted to make this movie big, like in scope, and they really did. And so other than that, Brave, it's a good Disney movie, but it didn't feel like a Pixar film, and that's my only big problem with it. I mean, all the other problems are kind of explained, but well, anyway, so I give Brave 8 out of 10, only because it didn't feel like a Pixar movie. If it did, I would give it a total 10 out of 10. But because it didn't feel like Pixar, I give it an 8 out of 10. So, there you go. There's my review of Brave. So be sure to comment, subscribe, like, do whatever you need to do. Follow me on Facebook. And, yeah, I forgot to mention, BigJackFilms now has its official Facebook page. So, links in the description below of all the details and everything else. So, do what you need to do. And I'll see you guys for the next review or whenever the next video shows up. So, I'll see you then. This is BigJackFilms signing off. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.